put this PO box into circulation. Those of you that's going to be in areas that's going to be receiving tornadoes, and as you have saw before, tornadoes rip up some people's house and then not the others. Well, I got a good method for you to have some tornado insurance. You probably would want to invest in a SAR insurance policy. Because see, the people that's going to be ripping the houses up, they work for a SAR. So if you really want to know a real gangster, you're listening to God's Gangster right now. And yeah, it is what it is. Because see, you stole all the shit from me. So here's the deal. I'm going to be sitting over here all broke and poor and everything. And guess what? You are too. Know that. Because like I said, it's war and I know it. So see, I need to be financed so I could go about my mission of rebuilding the nation. And you white people are invited, but of course, you don't want to be involved, I'm sure. But you're going to help pay to rebuild the nation that you destroyed. Because you know what? If you don't, I'm going to destroy you. Real simple. And I'm going to do it while I sit back and don't worry. Because whether I'm dead or in jail or dead or in the spaceship or somewhere smoking bud or sitting at this camera or in the Bahamas or Hawaii or Fiji or the Caribbeans, or you notice I kept naming islands because I like islands. I do. And yeah, regardless to where I'm at, it's not about me. It's about the light that's inside of me that communicates with the light ships. So if you will, I am fleshly matter that has a spiritual existence that is synonymous with the spiritual existence and the light ships. And that's why they send the lights into my house. That I'm looking at one of them right now. And it's black. And it looks like a little dot. So I'm not crazy. I do crazy, bizarre shit. Energy, I channel spiritual energy. That doesn't make me demonic. You know, white people really kill me. Anytime you have a bizarre encounter with the spirit world, all of a sudden it's got to be demonic spirits, because that's how their spiritual world is. It doesn't have there's nothing demonic about me. I'm not the person running around yelling white power, burning crosses, killing people, hanging people with ropes, chopping people dicks off, building coliseums where everybody coming there and murder each other and bludgeon each other to death. I don't have a whole history of savage violence. So when I show you my unique connection with the spirit world, just because you fabricated a book to make everything about me be taboo doesn't mean that's the true reality of my existence. Actually, I'm totally against that. That's why I found how important it is to express myself and utilize my unique compartment of intelligence that the universe gave me. I can no longer allow myself to live in the world where I let someone who does not have the equipment that I have fool me into believing this equipment is not necessary and I should not ever turn it on. That's the truth. I figured out that's what you guys do. You make us believe that everything that's unique, grand, and privileging for us to possess is something that we should wish we didn't have because you guys don't have it. And so your jealousy will make you scratch up your neighbor's brand new car in the middle of the night. So I figured that out, and I know it's true. And I want to tell everybody that because I don't believe that a lot of you guys believe this to be so. And I just showed you all the segment about the KKK and all their white suits and how they get down and all that, but as you all know, that whiteness belongs to the SAR. And even though I showed you it before, I'm going to go and show you again, okay? And yeah, just to remind you, the reason that the universe has instructed me to petition for some support, for some work that I got to do, is because one of the reasons is to see how the hearts of the people are after hearing the Asar. And then the next reason is to offer an opportunity for the individual to see. See, I'm gonna tell you how it works. They tell you a story in Christianity about the king who gave a lot because he had so much. So he was proud that he gave to the church, and he walked around with arrogance and boasted about how much he had contributed, and his freaking sacrifice of charity. But there was a lady who didn't have anything at all, and she gave her last of what little she did have. And according to Jesus, her was accepted grand over the boasting kings. Yeah, well, that's true. But in a harsh reality, a true God doesn't need to take a person's last. Most of the people that's living in a state of poverty where they can't contribute to a good cause is because they're good people. The good people are the ones that manage to seem to not have wealth. The Christian church wants to make you believe that being poor is because someone has been forsaken by God. That's not true. People can be poor just because you live under circumstances where someone has created poverty. They weren't forsaken by God. They were victimized by criminal acts. So returning to the whole ideal of one person taking everything is the reason to bring up the need for everyone to make sure that everyone is sustained. And how do you do that? You do that by the eradication of the bad propaganda that was implemented by the controllers. And the only way you can do that is that you got to rise a team of qualified finance people to combat the opposition of the controllers. That takes finance. And that's the reason why the light ships have made it perfectly clear that when the spirit comes into you, they can. And you know you're all privileged off of all of your stolen deeds and your iniquities of theft and murder. They will not hesitate to burn your house up because they are seriously here to repair this earth. And they are going to make sure that the money that's necessary for me to sustain myself will manifest. So you guys know, I've already warned you, these things could go into toasters, microwaves, break-up cars. I'm not threatening you. I'm telling you what the light ships want you to know. They're saying this guy has been ordained by the universe to do work. You all have stolen this earth from us. This earth does not belong to you. You all will make provisions available for our ambassador, or you're all going to be burned up, drowned, tornado, hurricane, hailstorm, police haywire, running up into your schools, shooting your children. Because that's the shit you guys have done to us. And we're going to use you to do it right back to yourselves. And they can. They can control your mind. I already explained to you guys how they made me do shit that I would have never done. And that's the reason I had to tell you all that stupid shit. And I apologize for anybody names that I use, because I go into trance when I be saying all that stuff. I'm telling you, you don't have to believe it. I listen back to the stuff and I be saying, damn, I don't remember saying all that. But you know what? I'm not going to lie. Some shit I did not tell people. I just said, no way. I mean, believe it or not, it's even worse than what I've been saying already. Some things got straight whole segments. I already have law. Oh, hell no. I'm just throwing all that out. And knowing I'm going to be challenged for doing that. But some things I'm just not going to be too quick to say to people. I know that stuff will come back to me later and end up getting said, but it takes a lot of build-up and a whole lot of timing and a whole lot of consideration and planning about what type of information get exposed when. I know this world is a wicked, selfish world. It's based off of dichotomization of skin complexion. White people being the most selfish but the most generous people on the earth. I mean, it's just that a lot of you guys are confused, and that's what it's all about, the clearing up of your confusion. And your confusion came with that dead ass religion that they gave you. That's how they got you guys, and that's how you guys got us. They suckered you into accepting that shit, and once they got you, you became a part of them, and then you suckered us into it. And we're not going to be staying under no religion that doesn't do anything but perpetuates your white supremacy, your violence, your jailing. Everything about us being around you is our imminent death and destruction and decay. And even though these other melanated people on this earth doesn't know that yet, and they want to tell you that I'm crazy and don't know what I'm talking about, you know what? Don't think you're going to listen to that amount of people and think that that stands for the rest of us, because it does not. And I know how you white people are. You'll sit up and try to say, well, since this person don't feel that way, we're going to roll with this person. Yeah, but that person is a Christian, and that person has a job, and that person doesn't mind bowing down to you, kissing your ass every day. And there's a lot of us who doesn't want to see that. We don't want to be a part of that. We do not want the karma that comes along with being a part of your decayed ass world. And you have stolen everything from us, and you are going to give some of it back. That's the bottom line. That's all to it. And we will be finding a place on this planet where we're going to live without having anything to do with any of your world of decadence. Anybody that's going to be worshiping that white image as your God, you are not going to be allowed to go where me and the people that feel like I do are going to be going. And believe that we're going to go to the best places that's available for us to sustain ourselves, because I have the light ships. And it's just that simple. You will see all these things come to pass. What you need to do is decide how long you're going to be on earth by doing what you do when I give you the information that's later to come about where you need to be trying to give some of all that stolen wealth back to God, the real original God. I'll get back with you. Going to show you some stuff about the God of Sar. Hold on. Okay, Marriott Hotel. All right, this is some good information. Let's run with this. Peace and blessings.
God Osiris, best known for being the god of reincarnation and the love of goddess Isis.
The real name is Asar.
And as you will learn later on in this video, that he is God of more than just reincarnation. And here is his hieroglyphics, titles, alternative names and spellings, and symbols.
What you're seeing here is God, the Son, with the seeing eye knowledge. This right here being this pyramid in the levels to God. See how that tapers off right here? With God, it shows you consciousness as the God of Sar rising to a God level of intelligence. That's what it shows you right there, with the Son being his essence of knowledge. See, that's a climb from the ground as a man to knowledge to supreme knowledge. A throne that the true God of Sar sits on, not Jesus. Jesus stole all this shit from Asar. That's why they hide the Son all the time. Because if they knew that the Son was synonymous with Jesus, if they told